Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing this warm brown one eyeshadow look. Yeah, let's go with that. Take it to the intro. So yeah, today we're going to be doing this one eyeshadow brown warm. I don't know what I just called it in the title. The rag dolls on Instagram will help me with that. But this is one of my favorite looks to do for anything. It's very, very quick. It's very, very simple. We're only going to use one eyeshadow today. And it's so seasonal. I don't know. I think it's perfect for Thanksgiving, perfect for the holidays, perfect for a random board meeting. It's just perfect. It's so simple. I've been having a lot of requests for like office looks. So I hope that this, you know, fits the bill. Right. Okay, had to check with myself across the room. Right. Let's get right into the video today. We will be using a brown eyeshadow, so it's not going to be a lot of fallout. However, if you don't want any fallout on your base, make sure you do your eyes before your base. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting off with the eyes already primed. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. It's my favorite eyeshadow primer. Because we're using browns today, you don't need something as light as this primer, but it's my favorite eyeshadow primer. I love the color of it, but I also love the quality of it. So I'm just going to go with, you know, the friend to the show, what we know, the Anastasia eyeshadow primer today. And I have the eyes already primed. Now, for eyeshadow today, you're going to be using a medium tan shade. It can be from any palette you want. This is the Too Faced The Natural Nudes palette, and I'm going to be going in with this shade called Maple right here. If you have another friend to the show, the ColourPop Gone Matte palette, there are some good medium browns in here. You can use, I've even done this with a ColourPop bronzer before. I'm pretty sure I have an entire tutorial about me doing this eyeshadow look with this bronzer. So any medium brown that you have will suffice. First, I'm going to make sure that the primer is nice and flat on my eyes because we don't need any unnecessary creasing or texture underneath the eyeshadow. Once I've done that, let's get into this brown. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Ulta 3-in-1 eyeshadow brush. This is the 4 brush. And going straight into Maple. It's going to be a one eyeshadow look. I've done this in red. I've done this in orange. I've done this all over the page, but same rules are going to apply here. So I'm going to start out towards the outer corner. Where's your outer corner? Out where you would put winged liner. So this is your inner corner where your tear duct is. This is your outer corner. And I'm starting in the crease. And I'll show you where your crease is in just a second. I'm starting in the crease. I'm going all the way across the eye. So starting out here and going towards that tear duct. And do the same on the other eye. This is going to be our baseline. So you can blend fluffiest brush to thinnest brush, which will be diffusing it up with the fluffy brush and adding dimension down here. Is going to be the darkest towards the lid on the crease. You can go light to dark. Usually I say you can go light to dark, but since we're using one eyeshadow today, it's not that you're going to be using a lighter color. It's just that you're going to be diffusing with a different brush. You can go from diffusing to building the color, or you can go from building the color to diffusing the color. It doesn't really matter if you start in the crease or near the brow bone. Today I'm going to start in the crease and just blend out from there. Now, what is a crease? So this is your crease right here. Your crease may look different than mine. If you open your eye, look down, that's going to be your crease where that fold is. But it may look different. Creases come in all shapes and sizes, so don't even trip. You're going to go halfway from your brow bone, so where your brows are, to your upper lash line. That's where your upper lashes are. Halfway from your brow bone to your lash line, that's where your crease is going to be. So you can always do it there. Because we're not cutting the crease today, I was going to say, like, you could cut your crease higher, but we're not going to cut the crease today. So it's not even that big of a deal if your crease looks different than mine for an eyeshadow look like this. Okay, I feel like I just threw a lot of terminology at you, but just walk with me. Okay, so I feel like I just threw a lot of terminology at you, and that's because I did, but don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through it. Like I said, as you go up the eye, you're gonna use fluffier and fluffier brushes. That means the bristles are not as densely packed, the bristles are not as close to each other, which means that it is a fluffier brush. And say this one, this is a thinner brush. The brush bristles are more densely packed, they're closer together, and this right here is going to more pack the color on. It's going to look darker. We can use the exact same eyeshadow, and it's going to look darker if we apply it with this brush compared to this brush, because this brush is fluffy to diffuse and this brush is, you know, more tapered to build that color. So what I'm saying is you can start building the color in the crease and go up to the brow bone. You can start at the brow bone and go down. Today we're going to start in the middle and do a little bit of both. So if you ever want to know what eyeshadow brush to use where, boom. If you've watched a Raggedy World tutorial before, you've already heard this. And you know, thanks for watching. I feel like I need to say it every single video because you never know who's going to be new to makeup. And I feel like this really just simplifies like where to put the brushes because there's so many brushes on the market. You don't know what shape you want. You don't know it. So here's what brushes you're using and why. Now I'm going to take my fluffier brush and I'm going to go into shade Maple. I'm going to use just a little bit of a gentler hand when I go into it. And I'm going to tap off that excess. And I'm going to blend above that brown that we just added. And as you can see, it's diffusing it. I want to make sure that I'm blending all the way up to the brow bone, especially because I use this super white eyeshadow primer. So that's just going to break up so there's not a stark white line underneath my brows. Like I said in my last tutorial, browns are, and that tutorial was actually really hot, so you should go check that out. But browns are my least favorite color to blend because I just feel like they are the hardest eyeshadow color to blend. Let me know down below if you agree, disagree, why. But yeah, brown, like, cause see, like, it's so simple, but it's so choppy. Don't worry, we're gonna build it up, but it's just like, woo. I do love using browns right here in this inner part right here because it extends my nose contour and I'm like, great. I already had brown there for that. I'm glad that this is accentuating it. I feel like brown eyeshadow is kind of like white eyeshadow and the fact that you can see all, like, I feel like you can just see everywhere where it's not fully blended out. Have you ever seen like a light colored dress and you're like, oh, I can see like all of it. Everything underneath, like you see underwear, you can see all types of stuff because it's like it's so light color, like a pastel blue or like a very pastel mint green. Right, that's how I feel about brown eyeshadow. I'm like, I can see exactly all the brush strokes, I can see everything underneath it. But boom, you see, you've covered up that white. You can also go ahead and, you know, extend it out past the eye, especially if you want to blend it in with the rest of your face. You can go with that warm brown to bronze and things like that. I'm going to go back in with our first brush, that Ulta Beauty brush. And I'm going to add more brown because now I am reinforcing the brown that was there before. And as you can see, as I add it, it's the same eyeshadow color, but a different brush, you can see the difference. I'm getting very technical in the explanations of everything because that's my job. You know, make sure that you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. For two reasons. One, because it's important and may get you thinking in a different way. But two, because you need to know why you're doing what you're doing just in case something goes wrong. You can kind of like reverse engineer it. You're like, okay, I just added this and it looks super dark. But I know if I use a fluffier brush, it'll diffuse it. So that's why I say so many words. But this is actually really simple. Like, I'm saying a lot of words, but this is a simple eyeshadow look. As you can see, we are almost done. We're moving through it. We're moving through it. Honestly, you don't need a third brush, depending on how deep you want to do it. I'm going to use it though. So I'm going to go into Maple. It really depends on how deep you want the browns and how deep you want the crease. And I'm going into, oh, it does make a difference. It does make a difference. And I'm just going to go right back into that crease. I was talking about how the half cut crease is like the easiest eyeshadow look to learn. I mean, this is the easiest, let's be clear. But it's one of my favorites to, you know, give to beginners because they can use so many different color combos. Like this, you can only really use one color at a time. And somebody was like, 4 brushes is not beginner friendly. Which, I get the point. But they come in multi-packs. Like, brushes come in multi-packs. Brushes don't usually come by themselves unless you're buying like from Morphe or something like that. And you see why we're using so many brushes. I'm not just using them just cause. You know what I mean? But I hope this is still beginner friendly. I'm going to be using this flat brush. This is a Morphe 166. Also, this I would hope will go without saying because I say it all the time. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. So I'm going to say it again. You don't need the exact same brush I have. You don't, just the same shape. So if it's not this brush right here, this is a BH Cosmetics brush that I've had since like middle school. You're not going to have this brush. They stopped selling it decades ago. But you're just going to go for a fluffy blending brush. A blending brush that's still fluffy but a little bit more tapered. And then a flat brush. I'm going to be going into shade Maple with this flat brush. Tap that off. I'm going to be adding it right to the lid. Yes, indeed I am. Right to the lid. And as you can see, even as we add this with the flat brush, it's the exact same eyeshadow. And yet it looks a little different. It's the same, I promise. I promise I'm going into Maple and Maple alone. And it still looks a little different. There is a little bit of fallout, as you can see, underneath my eyes. It's not too much. I have done this look many times before in my life with my base already on. I like to do my eyes before my base, so there's no fallout. But with this look, I usually just wipe it away. But if that is going to bother you, go ahead and do your eyes before your face. I'm liking the way this is looking. I'm liking the way this is looking. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more blending, especially towards this outer corner. And I'm blending over the brow a little bit. I sure am. Because it's supposed to be, you know, seamless. No harsh edges. Just a warm brown. I'm using this brush here. See, you don't even need that flat brush. You could really use this brush and just cover up the lid. It's up to you. That'll take us down to 3 brushes. Okay, so now I'm going to take my concealer brush. This is a Morphe M173. And I'm just going to go over that inner corner a little bit because we blended it kind of far down just for my liking, personal preference. So I'm just going to go back in there with a little bit of concealer. Now I'm going to take this ColourPop E28, and this step is actually not necessary because I did say this is going to be one eyeshadow, and it is. But if you want to just open up that inner corner a little bit, this cream or a white or whatever you have on your table, that's what I'm going to do here. Just to open up the eye a little bit. Yes. Now for the waterline. I'm going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk per the always and a small craft brush. And now I'm going to just go along the waterline. So I'm not pointing the brush at it. It's not perpendicular. It's nice and parallel going along the waterline. And I love that white to open the eye up. If you want to know more about how to apply things to the waterline, what things I put on my waterline, what products I've used, what colors work for what, like the white is going to extend the white to the eye and create an illusion, really opening the eye up. If you want to know anything else about the waterline, I have a whole waterline 101 video for you. So go ahead and check that out. But that was the abridged version, adding it to the waterline today. I'm going to go back with our flat brush. And I'm going to just add that shade Maple underneath the eye. I'm going to stay away from that like inner 1/8, 1/5. I give it a different fraction every single YouTube video. But this little part right here, I'm going to stay away from that because I don't want it to start looking too dark right in the tear duct area. Because that kind of manipulates the shape and the look of the eye. From there, since this blending brush is so tapered, I can use it in small areas like this. I want to just blend that out underneath the eye. Okay, last thing. I'm going to be taking the Lancome Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner in extra black, glossy black, and I'm going to just make a small line. Can't see it. A small line. There is no wing. I'm gonna make sure it's more straight than curved. Ending it right where the eye ends. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. The hardest part about this is making sure that the eyes are even. That's the only thing that matters. You can round it out more for a little bit of a baby doll look. Yeah. And sometimes you gotta look in a further mirror. Like you have this mirror right here, but you're looking at a far mirror. Make sure that everything is, you know, looking good from afar. Sometimes the mirrors up close cloud your judgment. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so the reason why I add this black liner is just because I've realized that it makes adding my lashes way easier. I like the way that it like complements the white waterline. Like I said, if you curve it more, it looks like a doll baby look because it makes I just love it, okay? I feel like it makes me look like a little doll baby. It opens up the eye more, and it makes adding my lashes way easier because one, you have a guide to put your lash on top. You know how sometimes we add lashes, you have that really weird like space in between your lash and your lash line? Well, you're not gonna have it now because you already colored it in with black. So I just like using the liner now for everything. But here is the eye. I'm going to add my lashes really quickly. I am not leaving you stranded. Okay, guess what? I have a tutorial already on how to apply faux lashes. So go check that video out. I'm going to go ahead and put my lashes on and I'll come right back for the outro. Okay, so lashes are on. Here is the final look. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing down below. We are almost to 46,000 subscribers, which is almost to 50, which is almost to that big 1000000. Since I'm adding zeros. Thank you so much for enjoying this video. If you really like this look and you tried out, please tag me. I love to see recreations. That's one of the highlights of my day. I love to see if you wore it for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for a random Tuesday, whenever you wear it. If you want to see more of my looks, more of my life, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Raggedy Royal. Same way it's spelled down below. I'm also on Threads too, so there's that. On TikTok, I have a series called the Bucket List Series where I try different foods, activities, cuisines, so many things, different challenges, fitness challenges, a whole bunch of stuff. And we have some installments coming very soon, so check that out on TikTok. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Also, let me know down below if you want to see a matte nude lip combo because I want to make a video on this lip. So let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.